Hello from Joplin, Missouri, the 2018 ACCA Women's Basketball Tournament. Day one for the ladies starts with the 3 seed versus the 6 seed. It's the Rhema Lady Eagles coming in at 14-6. The 3 seed taking on the AFLBS Conquerors. 6 seed coming in at 2-17. Hi everybody, Chris Shima, glad to be with you as we take a look at the bracket. Winner of this game will play Randall. That'll be tomorrow at 2:15, and the loser goes to the 5th place game. That will be tomorrow at 10:45 in the morning. To meet the starting lineups, we'll start with AFLBS, the Conquerors 2-17. Head coach Seth Moan. Starting number 10, Kelly Kirby. Number 14, Paige Blake. Number 15, Rachel Watson. Number 22, Anna Marshner. And number 23, Tabitha Branham. Starting today for Carrie Sharp in her 6th season at Rhema, the Lady Eagles 14-6. Starting number 10, Abby Salinas. Number 20, Cameron Linsko. Number 21, Sarah Lapp. Number 22, Tamara Smith. And number 25, Whitney Jacobs. So that's the starters for both of these teams. Again, this is game 1 of 6 today, 2 on the women's side. We'll have this one for you, and then later on, it's Providence and Ozark. That'll be at 6 p.m. Central Time. 4 more men's games today. Rhema fans, your team will play later today at 4 p.m. Central Time against Los Angeles College of Divinity. So that's how the day is shaping up. Rhema heavily favored in this one, 6-time ACCA champs. Last year, they went 1-2 in this tournament, lost in the opening round to Emmaus, defeated Ozark in a consolation, and then lost to Trinity in the 5th place game. Conquerors, last year, they went 1-1 in this tournament. They defeated Kansas Christian in the first round and then lost against Arlington. As we're underway, it's Emmaus controlling with the basketball, and Linsko throws it away. So an early steal for the Conquerors. Paige Blake, one of the top scorers, one of 2 players in double figures. Kirby, number 10, who's got the ball here, is the other player. She actually leads the team at over 16 per ball game. Conquerors turn it over, so back-to-back turnovers. Conquerors are turnover prone. They average nearly 30 turnovers per game and are averaging just 34.3 points per game. Rhema, by the way, averaging 79.1 points per game. They're near the top of the ACCA in scoring the basketball. Jacobs gets it underneath. Patient offense for Lapp. Can't get it to go over the sea of defenders. Offensive rebound control by the Lady Eagles here. Jacobs, 14 points per ball game, tries to get her team on the board, missed it back at the rim, and Kelly Kirby with the rebound for the Conquerors. Folks, we have the YouTube chat going. If you want to give us a shout, let us know who you're watching, and send your thoughts to the players. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. They do go back and watch these, by the way. In the lane, Paige Blake had it rejected. Rhema on a 3-on-3 here. It's Linsko, and she draws the foul. So, count the bucket. Linsko will go to the line. Chance for an old school 3-point play. She's a 49% free throw shooter. Cameron, a freshman, 13 points per ball game, nearly 5 rebounds. Usually good for a defensive stop or 2. Full court press, and it's a turnover. Whitney Jacobs comes up with it. Too strong on the layup. Smith is stripped but fouled. Tamara will go to the line from Lansing, Michigan, the senior, 75% free throw shooter. How about the stat line for Smith? 18.5 per ball game, shooting 43%, 7 rebounds a game, 4.7 assists. She's 3rd in the ACCA in that category, and tied for 3rd in steals per game with 2.9. All-around player. 1 out of 2 at the line, 4-0 Rhema. 2 team fouls already on the Conquerors here in this opening quarter. Again, the full court pass. Paige Blake able to get it into the front court. being hounded by Lapp, and she carried the basketball. So a lot of turnovers here in the early going for the Conquerors. Conquerors' only wins this season actually came via forfeit against Oak Hills, who I believe ended up shutting their program down for the year. Smith over to Jacobs. Jacobs banks it off the glass and in, and the Lady Eagles out to a 6-0 advantage here early. Keeping up the pressure. Blake on the far side, double teamed, able to break the press. Bounce pass goes to Branham. Baseline jumper and air ball. Rebound controlled by Sarah Lapp. Brittany Thomas to Jacobs. Jacobs lays it up and in. 8-0 start for Rhema, and the Conquerors want to talk about it. So 7:49 left to go in the opening quarter. The 3-seed Lady Eagles looking strong here at the get-go. We'll be right back. Here's the tournament card for the Lady Eagles of Rhema, 14-6. They entered the tournament hot on a 5-game winning streak. Lead the ACCA in steals per game. Close games against Randall and Arlington Baptist. Those are the two top teams who we'll see tomorrow in the semifinals. So this is not a team that's coming here for fun. They are coming here to do some damage and get to the championship game. Be interesting to see. The winner of this game will play Randall, and if that does end up being the Lady Eagles, who are heavily favored in this one, what is Randall going to come out like? They were not pegged for this tournament. They ended up joining it kind of as a consolation after falling in the second round of the regionals last week. So will the Saints be motivated, or will they treat this as the consolation? Smith, Sarah Lapp drives in, can't bank it off the glass. Tip for the rebound. Marshner has it. Almost 6 rebounds a game for Anna. 5'10" from South Hart. North Dakota, another turnover and another steal for Whitney Jacobs. Averages about 3 a game. She might have that here in the opening quarter. Another foul called on the Conquerors. 3 team fouls for them. Tabitha Branham goes out. Coming in for her is number 12. It's Madison Grevin. She's from North Pole, Alaska. Way up there. Whitney Jacobs right at the lane. It's Salinas. Can't get the jumper to go. Rebound to Blake. Into the front court. It's Kirby. Underneath, open look for Grevin, who connects, and the Conquerors get on the board, 8-2. Linsco, cut off at the half circle. Pull up right at the lane, Salinas from about 9 feet out, 10-2 in favor of the Lady Eagles. Rhema from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Not a far drive for them. Another turnover as Smith comes up with the steal. Another layup missed. This time it was Salinas, I believe, who couldn't connect. AFLBS from Plymouth, Minnesota. Salinas gets the turnover, 2-on-1. Pass back to her, too strong. Smith tried to tip it up. Got it on the second effort, plus the foul. So Smith will go back to the line, try to complete an old school three-point play. 14 fouls now on the Conquerors, so Rhema will be in the bonus on the next defensive set foul with 5:44 to go here in this opening quarter. Smith from Lansing, Michigan. Swishes it through. Good start for the Lady Eagles, 13-2. Kirby double teamed, having trouble with it. That's going to go off her and out of bounds, so yet another turnover for the Conquerors. These two meeting for the first time this year against the ACCA. Rhema, 7-point loss to Arlington. They got blown out by Arlington back in November. The 7-point loss came in February. It's a good rebounding team, the Lady Eagles, too. 7 of their 9 players averaging at least 4.5 boards. Out rebounding teams by an average of 2.5 per game. That pass is intercepted. Linsko with the steal. Here comes Rhema. Lap fakes the three, takes it right at the lane. Smith, Linsko, underneath. Jacobs, the baseline shot. All Lady Eagles, 15-2. And that pass thrown by Watson is way too high. So Rhema, the press working to perfection here in the early going. Conquerors coming off a 78-40 loss against Turtle Mountain. They've been off since February 10th as Smith is fouled. They did not qualify for the NIAC, that conference's tournament. They have been held under 30 points 6 times this season. Scored over 50 just 1 time. That was against Leech Lake back on the 3rd of this month. So it's been a struggle this year for Seth Moan. Olivia Pavlish, number 24, coming in. Branham also returning for the Conquerors. Five team fouls now on AFLBS, none yet for Rhema as they continue the press here. Pushing is Kirby. Pavlish underneath, traveled with the basketball. Nothing going right now for the Conquerors. So the winner of this game I mentioned plays Randall. That's tomorrow at 2:15 approximately. The loser will play in the 5th place game. That will be tomorrow at 10:45 against either Providence or Ozark. Those two teams meeting for the 2nd straight season. Linsko for 3. Came in shooting just 16% from downtown, but gets that to go. Another turnover here. Smith misses the layup. 2nd effort, yes, and the foul, and Rhema is just pouring it on right now. (22-2). We are just past the midway point in this first quarter, folks. So Rhema with 23. On their way to 116 points in this one, if the pace keeps up. Kirby able to break the press, had it poked away, able to get it back. Whitney Jacobs tries for the steal, a little over-aggressive for Whitney. And that will be the first foul here in the quarter on Rhema. Conquerors, Seth Moan shuffling bodies. Paige Blake returns. Rachel Watson gets a breather. So Blake to inbound it. Pass intercepted again, another steal. Whitney Jacobs with the turnover. Bounce pass goes to Lap. Lap skies it off the glass and in. 25-2. And a travel on Blake. Conquerors have to just take their time with this press. trying to force it a little bit too much. Linscove can't get it from the corner. Rebound controlled by Blake. Just move it around, just like they're doing right there. That pass a bit off the mark, deflected back, though, to Blake, who brings it into the forecourt. Pavlich, top of the key, right side Kirby. Kirby doubled up. Boy, this defense for Rhema, they are strong. Jump ball called. Possession arrow keeps it on this side of the court. Their best stretch, they enter this tournament on their best stretch. The Lady Eagles, 5-game winning streak. They had a 4-game winning streak back in early November, the 9th to the 14th. Single-digit losses to Randall twice and Arlington once. And they're out on the run. Here's Lapp, coast to coast. Missed the layup. Rebound deflected out to Kirby. Kirby in the backcourt. Deflected by Christina Rogers. Number 15 has come in. She gets the pass back, lays it up and in. 27-2. Inside 3 minutes to go here in this opening half. Or opening quarter, excuse me. That's going to be a travel again on Paige Blake. So it'll be Whitney Jacobs to inbound it. Jacobs second in assists in the ACCA at 4.5 per game. Picks one up here as Sarah Lapp connects for two. 29-2. Kirby. And that goes off her. Out of play. And another timeout for Seth Moan. So we step aside. 2:33 left to go here on the second day of this 36th annual ACCA basketball tournament. Let's take a look at some of the scholar athletes this season. Well, we've had one Rhema fan check in on the YouTube chat. Hi to Jeremiah. Rhema taking care of business here in the early going. It is 29-2 here in this opening quarter. The Eagles, Smith open look for three, can't get it to go. Rebound bounces to Linsco, who connects from near the charity stripe. 29-point advantage. Conquerors have only able to get one field goal so far. If they can beat the press, they'll have some opportunities. As you see, Blake miss it too strong. Rebound controlled by Linsco. Linsco, the freshman, bounce pass Whitney Jacobs, banks it off the glass. All Eagles here in this first quarter as we go inside 2 minutes. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. And that's going to be a 5-second violation on Paige Blake. Anna Marshner will come in. So Marshner out there. Catch and shoot, Linsco. And that three-pointer is an air ball. Lady Eagles are tied for the top shooting team in the ACCA at 44% as a team. Almost a steal there as Smith lost it. There's an old school name on the YouTube chat, Ryan Lovelace. How are you, my friend? Good to see you again. Paige Blake throws it into the full court. She got whacked. It's The second team foul on the Lady Eagles. 1:39 left to go. Kirby into the forecourt. Smith guarding her, able to go around her, and then had it poked away by Rogers. Rogers, good player off the bench. Over 9 points, 5 rebounds. Driving his lap, count it, and the foul. I believe it was a blocking foul. Paige Blake is shaken up as she got the wind knocked out of her. So we will take a timeout while they attend to Paige Blake. We'll be back here in just a moment. So Paige Blake shaken up, but gets up under her own power. Heads to the bench. Hopefully she'll be okay. I think she just took a shot and it knocked the wind out of her, so she needed to gather herself. Oh, by the way, she was called for the foul, too, so that's the way it's going right now for the Conquerors. Take an elbow to the chest, and you pick up the foul. Sarah Lapp misses the three-point play, so the correct score 35-2 on your screen now, nearing the end of quarter number 1. That's going to go into the backcourt. Was it deflected? They say yes. Shot clock is down to 11, though, so Kirby's got to push. She does. Shot clock at 7. And the pass deflected, taken away by Lapp. Lapp glides in for the easy 2. Rhema with 37 on the board here in this first quarter. Make it, well, not 39 as that layup missed. Smith, second effort, no. Rogers tips it to herself. 39 now on the board. The shot clock, game clock, nearly identical for the Conquerors. So Rhema on a 156-point pace right now. Although I think at some point they'll, call off the dogs and back off the press and slow things down. But this is impressive. Whitney Jacobs, 13 seconds left to go. And Rhema will hold for the final shot against the zone. Smith for 3, can't get it to go, and the first quarter comes to an end, 39-2. It's all Lady Eagles right now. We will step aside. We'll be back with quarter number 2. It's the ACCA Women's Tournament, day number 1 here from Joplin, Missouri. We'll be back right after this. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. On to quarter number 2 we go. Before that, a look at some of the past winners. It's been Arlington and Randall, then Hillsdale, who has really dominated this tournament on the women's side. They are the top 2 seeds here in this tournament, but Rhema making some noise here in the early going. 39-2 the start for them. Salinas back out there. We'll set the 5 for you. Smith, also Sarah Lapp. Number 24, Tiffany Wurtzer, on for the first time here today. And also Christina Rogers, she wears number 15. As we start with a turnover on Rhema. Well, actually a jump ball, possession arrow favoring the Conquerors. Rachel Watson's got the basketball. Kelly Kirby in the backcourt. They're out there with Anna Marshner. Also Madison Grevin, who's got the basketball here. Can't get the jumper to go. And also Tabitha Branham. That's the 5 for AFLBS. Just underway here in quarter number 2. Lady Eagles have backed off. Just some light man pressure from Smith there, but no trouble for Kirby into the forecourt. Bad pass, though, as it's taken away by Rogers. Underneath it's Smith, count it, and the foul. The foul was on Kirby. That's her second. Game 1 of 6 today. Coming up at noon on the men's side, it's Kansas and Champion. At 2, also on the men's side, Arlington against Providence. Then Rhema fans, your men will play at 4 p.m. against Los Angeles. Another turnover as Smith lays it up and in. And at 6 p.m., it's the ladies' other quarterfinal game. Providence and Ozark meeting for the second straight year. And then Ozark and Carolina Christian from Winston-Salem, North Carolina at 8 p.m. Out on the run, scoring is Rogers on the break. 45-2. The score, the Lady Eagles coming in focused, taking care of business. Second jumper of the ball game for the Conquerors, Kelly Kirby. And that gets the biggest claps of the day. Smith on the right, it's Wurtzer. Cross court, Salinas drives into the lane, an air ball. Underneath, Sarah Lapp. Can't get it to go, but she's fouled. That'll be the second on the Conquerors. So the Lady Eagles looking to make some noise. It's not long ago that they were dominating this tournament themselves. 6-time champions, last in 2010. 2016, they won 3rd place over Emmaus, who's no longer with us. As I mentioned, they've been competitive this year against Randall, against Arlington. Looks like we're going to get a foul called on the Eagles on Abby Salinas. Salinas, a sophomore, her first year playing with Carrie Sharp. And Sharp wants to talk about it, so she takes a 30-second timeout. We step aside as well. We're coming right back. Don't go too far. Here's the tournament card for the Conquerors at 2-17. I mentioned those lone wins came via forfeit. Held under 30 points 6 times in 19 games. Kelly Kirby, Paige Blake, the top scorers on the team. Welcome back, everybody. Sheba, glad to be with you. It's Conquerors with the basketball. To the forecourt, Branham. Paige Blake out near midcourt with it. Takes it left side. Man defense for Rhema. Salinas guarding her underneath. That layup up and in by Marshner. Here's Lapp. Wurtzer. Linsco had it deflected. And AFLBS turns it right back over. Rogers is fouled on the steal. It's a shorter tournament this year, fewer teams. That kind of makes these games a little more intense. That's why Rhema's been all business here today. They can't mess around. Sarah Lapp in the lane for two more. Now a steal. Sarah Lapp on the deflection from Salinas, and Lapp lays it up and in. Rhema with 6:57 to go in the first half has broken 50 points already. Paige Blake, top of the key. Watson, right side to Branham. Back to Watson. Watson out on the wing. Still plenty of time on the shot clock at 12. Paige Blake calls out a play. Now the shot clock an issue. It's down to 6. Blake had to throw it up. No, the putback underneath by Watson goes through the hoop. The wrong way, though. Driving is Linsco, and Linsco draws the foul. Shot clock didn't reset. She had to throw it up. She was in an awkward spot. And if I'm the official in this game at 51-6, if she would have made it, I'd have given it to her. Why not? A couple of subs in for the Conquerors. Kelly Kirby returns. Sarah Lapp leaves. Coming back in as Whitney Jacobs for the Lady Eagles. One out of two at the line, 52-6. 14 fouls on the Conquerors, by the way. Kelly Kirby from the elbow. Can't get it to go. Pavlish tried to save it. Lady Eagles, the only ones there. It's thrown ahead. They say last touch by Rhema. Nearing the 6-minute mark here in the opening half, the Lady Eagles have dominated. Another turnover. Whitney Jacobs lays it up and in. Rhema came in, as I mentioned, hot. Their last game last Saturday defeated Southwest Christian by a score of 71-49 on a 5-game winning streak. 14-6 year for the Lady Eagles. Salinas on the right side. Here's Jacobs, turnaround shot over two defenders, does not matter. They've got it 57-6, the correct score on your screen. Showing the ball, taking the running shot, missing is Kirby. Here comes Rogers, 2-on-1. The bounce pass to Linsco, who lays it up and in. Kelly Kirby into the forecourt. Branham. Here's Paige Blake. Bounce pass goes to Marshner. Free throw line extended. Hands it off to Blake. Blake short on the shot, but draws the foul and will go to the line. Paige Blake, 57% free throw shooter, the senior. Second on the team in scoring, 11.4 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 14 steals for Blake. Free throw off the back of the rim. 2 subs for Seth Moan's team. Rachel Watson, number 15, returns. Madison Grevin, number 12, in for the Conquerors. Blake can't get either to go. Whitney Jacobs the rebound. Here come the Lady Eagles. Salinas. Pass deflected, taken away. A good defense by Blake. Blake lost the dribble, stays with it, able to get the bucket. Trouble with the pass. Rogers, it goes off her foot. It's a steal by Pavlish. Conquerors into the forecourt now. Grevin. Out near midcourt, Kirby. Grevin had it poked away. Good defense by Salinas. Salinas, 2.6 steals per game. She goes coast to coast, 61-8. Well, they changed it again. They added that point back, so 62-8 the correct score. I had it right the first time. Kirby aggressive, and she'll go to the line. 3rd team foul on Rhema here in quarter number 2. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. This is game 3 of 22 that we're bringing you all of the games this year on the campus of Ozark, so we'll have every one of these for you on YouTube. Blake will come out on for the first time for the Conquerors, number 2, Jessica Green, her 10th appearance on the season. Neither free throw good. Eagles pushing again. Whitney Jacobs in the corner. Bounce pass to Salinas underneath Wurtzer. The back door open, and the Lady Eagles connect for 2 more. I have to see if I can find the season totals for Rhema and see what the season high for them scoring is. They're going to get another turnover here. Whitney Jacobs one-on-one. Can't get the shot to go. Too strong. Salinas. Offensive rebound. Jacobs will set up the offense now for the Lady Eagles. Just past 3 minutes to go here in this opening half. Lady Eagles dominating. With the hand in her face, Linsko for 2. The mid-range jumper. 66-8. That shot's off the mark. So I don't think we have the full totals for Rhema. Well, we might. 101 points is the previous high for Rhema. They did that 2 times this year. Back on November 9th, they took down Robert Morris University just up the road in Springfield, and then they scored 101 again on the 14th of November. So they've broken the century mark a couple of times this year. They're well on their way to blowing past that season high. Foul on the floor, they say. It'll be the 5th on the Conquerors, so 2 shots coming for Wurtzer. At the line, Rogers, 1 out of 2, or excuse me, 71% free throw shooter. More shuffling by the Conquerors. Marshner back out there, also Grevin. Paige Blake returning. Neither free throw good. Tip for the rebound. Branham tips it to Grevin. So that's the 5 right now for the Conquerors. Out on the court for the Lady Eagles is Smith, also Rogers, Salinas, Wurtzer, and also, no, I said Rogers. Who did I miss? Linsko. That should be 5. Inside 2 to go here in this first half. Eagles with the basketball. Smith on the right wing to the cutter Salinas. Smith bounce passes cross court. Linsco fakes the shot, drives in, banks it short. And the rebound controlled by Blake. Blake, pretty good rebounding guard, almost 4 a game. Conquerors on the left side, Marshner. Cross court, Grevin. Grevin drives in. Salinas had it, or poked it away, I should say, and Linsco comes up with the steal. Rhema into the forecourt. Here's Smith on the right. Catch and shoot 3 off the back of the iron. Rebound controlled by Watson. Watson looks to push. Good job by the Lady Eagles getting back on defense. Paige Blake shoots it off the mark. Inside a minute to go. Folks, we will cut the audio for this one in the second half, so we'll keep the video for you, but I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to rest the vocal cords. I'm trying to do all, or at least some of all of the 22 games this year, so going to rest when I can, and at 66-8, I think it's time to rest. Watson drives in. I believe she is fouled. That's 4 on Rhema. Shot clock will be turned off now. It's a difference between the men's and women's game. Men's game, the shot clock goes to 20. That's a change, new rule this year. The only rule changes for the ladies' side this year, and it was told to me by a Mountain West official, is flagrant fouls are no longer called flagrant fouls. They're called unsportsmanlike fouls, and it's unsportsmanlike 1 or unsportsmanlike 2. They're the same thing, just different terminology. 4 seconds left to go. Smith can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Marshner, and it's all Lady Eagles at the half, 66-8. So, folks, we'll go away, and we'll come back with video only in the second half. Once again, if everything holds, it'll be Rhema and Randall tomorrow in one semifinal at 2:15, and AFLBS will go to the 5th place game against either Providence or Ozark. Coming up later today, don't forget, Rhema fans, your men's team playing at 4, ready to defend their national championship against newcomer University of Los Angeles. So we go away at the half, 66-8 in favor of the Lady Eagles. Rhema looking strong.